So, what if confidence wasn't some magic trait you're either born with or you're not? What if it was actually a skill, something you could build every single day, just like a muscle? Well, today we are breaking down the blueprint for exactly that. This is a practical daily routine for creating that unstoppable, authentic confidence right from the moment you wake up. Okay, let's dive in. And this quote, this is really our North Star for this whole explainer. We're not talking about that loud, flashy, in-your-face arrogance. The source material is really clear. True confidence is this quiet, internal certainty. It's a calm power that doesn't need to shout about itself, because it's built on self-trust, not on what other people think. So, that's the big question, right? How do you actually get there? How do you build that deep well of self-trust? Well, it all starts with a daily blueprint, a series of intentional, deliberate actions designed to stack up wins and give you proof of what you're capable of, one step at a time. So, our first pillar is all about priming your mind. Look, the battle for confidence for the entire day is pretty much won or lost in that first hour. It's all about setting the mental stage before the outside world, emails, news, social media, gets a chance to throw you off balance. Now, what's really fascinating here is that it's a two-pronged attack. On the left, you're actively adding strength. We're talking about things like power hydration, literally drinking water while saying an affirmation like, I am powerful, or using specific journal prompts to get your head in the game. But just as important, look at the right side. It's about what you remove. For that first hour, no phone, no news. You're basically creating this sacred, protected space to build your own energy before you start consuming everyone else's. And here is an incredibly powerful tool to put this into practice. The source calls it confidence breathing. Just look at how simple this is. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 4. But the magic, the real secret sauce is step 4, the visualization. With every single exhale, you're not just breathing out air, you are actively, intentionally picturing yourself releasing doubt, releasing uncertainty. It's an amazing way to connect a simple physical act to a huge mental shift. Okay, let's move on to our second pillar and see how this all connects. Embodying your power. This is where we stop just thinking about confidence and we start physically feeling it. The core idea here is simple but profound. Your body can actually lead your mind. So the blueprint lays out this very specific, intentionally intense workout. Take a look at this circuit. 4 rounds of push-ups, squats, mountain climbers, burpees, and a 1-minute plank. Now, this isn't just about getting fit. The whole psychological point is that every single rep is a symbolic reminder that you can do hard things. You are proving to yourself right there in the moment that you are strong and you are capable. And then right after the workout, there's this beautifully simple challenge, a 2-minute power pose. That's it. You just stand tall, pull your shoulders back, open your chest, and you will hold that expansive posture. It might feel a little silly at first, but the source material is really clear on this, and it's backed by research. Changing your body's posture for just 2 minutes can genuinely change your brain chemistry and make you feel more powerful. And this quote it nails the whole point. You don't wait until you feel confident to stand tall. No, as it says here, you stand like a champion first, and your mind actually follows that lead. The physical action is the trigger, not the result. It's a total game changer. All right, now we get to the absolute heart of it. You've primed your mind, you've embodied your power. The third pillar is about turning all that internal work into real-world external results by taking bold action. And here's the kicker. You do it especially when you don't feel ready. It starts with something the blueprint calls the uncomfortable action. The source material is so direct about this. Confidence is not built where you're comfortable. It's born in discomfort. So the challenge is to intentionally do one small thing that pushes you right away. Maybe it's a 5-minute cold shower. Maybe it's finally sending that awkward email you've been putting off. The point is to build momentum by tackling a tiny fear first thing in the morning. And then you scale it up with the bold move hour. This is a dedicated block of time for one action that seriously pushes you towards your goals. This is when you apply for that big job you think you aren't quite ready for, or when you share your creative work publicly for the first time. This is where the real growth happens, in those moments that scare you just a little bit. So this is the most crucial takeaway. If you wait until you feel 100% confident to take action, well, you could be waiting forever. Confidence is not the ticket you need to get on the ride. As this insight says, confidence is the souvenir you get for having been on it. It's the result of taking that risk. This idea is the engine that drives this entire blueprint. Okay, finally, our fourth pillar. This is all about making those gains stick. See, it's not enough to just feel confident for a day. You have to anchor it so it becomes a core part of who you are, part of your identity. And the way you do that is through intentional reflection. And this isn't just about, randomly writing in a journal. It's a very structured three-step process. First, you reflect on courage. What brave things did I actually do today? Second, you visualize future success, really feeling what it's like to hit that big goal. And third, and this is so important, you anchor that feeling by vividly remembering a time in your past when you were proud of yourself. You are literally training your brain to see and remember its own strength. And to take that idea even further, The Source has this bonus challenge. Start a My Proof journal. This is a special notebook, or a section of one, where every single night you write down one concrete piece of evidence from your day that proves you are strong, you're capable, you are courageous. And this quote just perfectly explains why that journal is so powerful. Your My Proof journal becomes your personal library of your own wins. So on those days when doubt creeps in, you don't have to go searching for confidence out in the world. You just have to open the book and remember it. You've got the receipts. You've got the proof. So as we wrap this up, the blueprint is all laid out for you. It's a daily practice. Prime your mind, embody your power, take bold action, and anchor your progress. And it leaves us all with this one critical question. What's that uncomfortable action? That bold move? That small win? What is going to be the very first entry in your own proof journal, starting today?